Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Do we have people on the Zoom today?
We do not.
We are all present. We have Graham with us today. Not with us, but Graham is often on Zoom. That's why it's special notice today. I just want to welcome you and share how excited I was to be coming here today and having all of you here. And I was getting ready and I realized like we all have our different little routines, and there were nervous, there was all these different things going in my mind, and then it was like, how do everyone else, what's going on in everybody else's life? That all of a sudden we decide that it's important to show up here at the center of love. And yeah, I'm vibrating, you know? And when I realized one of the things is this. We all have feminine and masculine energies in us. And all my life, I've lived in my masculine energy. And what I love about the relationship with Naomi is because she throws me into karaoke and this center. And this is where I've experienced my feminine, a safe place, have masculine energy around us for us feminine energies to flow. And how important this gathering is, and how will we grow this community? Because there's so many of us going through all these different emotions and needing a place, a safe place to gather, to share who we are, what we think, listen to others. From James's talk, all the label things that we talked about, I've never even considered any of that. I don't like labels. I had this thing. And then from that talk, I've lived a different life for the last 4 weeks. I've accepted my social anxiety because I realized it's how I've dealt with it. I've made it work. Although it's sort of a disorder and it's a label, but it's not the only label in me, and how important all of the things that I've learned here at the center. And all of it from all of you people on Zoom. Even if we show up, some of us are regulars, some of us pop in and out. It's always such an amazing energy just to be here and be present in a safe place, in a container, and a community that needs to grow. The universe, the people, the world, whatever it is for you, needs more of this. I'm going to go to my notes because yeah, so many wins and learnings, and each moment is an opportunity to make a beautiful new memory. And I have many new memories of being here and being present and centering myself even more. And I don't have to do it alone like I've been for 52 years. All right, so I think I did all of that. All right. And so when considering this, I laid in bed and I wasn't sure. Two things came to me. What I'd like for you is in the arena, there's Teddy Roosevelt in 1910 gave a speech, and this is part of it. It is not the critic who counts, not the man or woman who points out how the strong person stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the one who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who actually strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends themselves in the worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least fails daring greatly. Let's dare greatly, everyone. we're all in the arena. I know from all of us just being here that you are all in the arena of keep going, even with the difficulties, all of the different things that show up in our lives. The fact that you're here, I know that you all are daring greatly. Okay, now I get to introduce this incredible being that beautiful friend, our speaker today, this French and passionate and fun, caring being. Right. 40 years of this being in the arena, reading books and taking workshops at the early age of 19, Mind Power, Tony Robbins, Spiritual Awakening, just to name a few. And then for 4 years at the Center of Self-Awareness in singing at the center. And then Dre and David Jones met, and for 3 years they led 21 Free the Heart workshops that Dre did the technical support and all the things that all the wonderful energy that he contributes in all the environments he's in. And it eventually Free the Heart morphed. It did that too, yeah. It morphed into the Center of Inspired Living. And Annie, his former wife, was also part of that. At the time, they were still married. And for 11 years, the center was available to all of those who wanted to engage. And even at that time, Annie and Dre took workshops as well. They went different courses, I think Peak Potentials and Landmark, to some of the ones that I know. And eventually that completed its cycle. And now we are into 2021, where Cressa and all three had a vision or wanting to create a center, and Cressa knew Dre. So she invited Dre into the few of them that had been discussing this center. I think it was the beginning of May 2022, or in the beginning of 2022, the discussions were had. And on May 15th, 2022, the first gathering of the Center of Love began. And how lucky are we all to be present and contributing to this incredible vision that they all had. So, okay. Oh, I do want to say as well is that I met Dre on the dance floor at karaoke. I don't think we ever spoke any words, but we danced a lot. And even the last time I was at karaoke, I was on a dance floor and Dre was about to leave, and he noticed that I was there by myself. The man that he is made sure that I was not alone. So he took a few more minutes of his time and came and danced with me so that I didn't have to stand there by myself, which was nice. Thank you. All right, so you know you're going to be entertained. Obviously, I'm here to welcome Dre, and he will share some wisdom with you and lead you into a fun, minutes or half hour or whatever. You never know. But let's show him how much we appreciate his presence and give him a round of applause.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, you great big bundle of spiritual beauties. Yeah, that's how I see you. Thank you for showing up for the very first BUTTalk. What is a BUTTalk, dare you ask? When you ask me, you never know. Well, you've heard of TED Talks, right? Well, it's kind of like that, but It's an acronym for Better Understanding Transformation. So that's right. This is a Better Understanding Transformation talk, a butt talk. Now, I'll try not to make an ass out of myself, but I can guarantee that I'm going to be cheeky, because that's how I roll. All right. So what is transformation anyway? Transformation sounds so instantaneous, doesn't it? Yeah. Tell that to the caterpillar that has to turn into a big pile of goop before rearranging itself to become that beautiful butterfly. Imagine that is not a pleasant experience. But that's kind of how I felt most of my life, like a big sack of goop. But in all fairness, transformation can happen in an instant, such as a life-altering moment or experience. I mean, sure, these tend to be traumatic and have a level of tragedy to them. I think I prefer being a sack of goop. Yeah. Our whole world is a big sack of goop right now. Transformation is the order of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, maybe of the decade. Hold on, we don't know. Round and round she goes. But it's in transformation. And transformation is like birthing. It's ugly, it's messy, and something beautiful comes from it eventually. But in the moment, it can seem pretty scary at times, can it? I think that's why us spiritual people have expressions like, oh, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. It kind of makes it a little bit more palatable, right? I mean, isn't it comforting to think that our spirit agreed to all of the things that we were going to experience in this lifetime? No, that's not comforting at all. I mean, I can just see my spirit on the other side going, before I'm even born, it's like, let's screw him up really good. Yeah, let's give him somewhat of a normal life with no obvious traumas, okay? But then we're gonna mess him up inside, and we'll leave him believing like there's something really wrong with him. I'm gonna know why. Yeah, that's my spirit. Correct you, Mark. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I can just see my spirit laughing its ass off right now. Yeah. Yeah. I had a normalish childhood. I don't think anybody gets out unscathed from childhood. I had a couple of friends, but I did a lot of stuff on my own. I was a loner. Yeah, my parents loaned me out. They did return me, and I'll tell you. If I go by what I learned from my family, we were allergic to other people. Yeah, that explains a lot. So yeah, I learned to keep myself entertained. One of the things I like to do is read. So at 16, I find myself at the library looking for a book that'll keep me busy and stimulate my mind. Which book do you think I took home that day? The Stand by Stephen King. The Joy of Sex by Alex Comfort. Or Est Training by Werner Erhard. Never mind, I took all three. I had to check on them. But about this Est, did you know that the Est Training was a 60-hour course held over 2 weekends, and it was the foundation from which landmark education was developed? Like really cool and interesting stuff. I've done a few years of landmark, done the whole curriculum and a few other courses. Very, very mind-stimulating stuff. But here I am, 16 years old. I'm reading the stories about what went on in that room, because it was a whole lot different than what I experienced in my actual experience of landmark education. Especially the part where they didn't let you go to the bathroom. Like they would literally bar the doors. No, no, no. They really forced you to look at your stuff. And I guess if they kept you in there long enough, everybody gets to look at your stuff. Will you let that person go to the bathroom already? But that's what it took. It was shock value, right? Let's really look at their stuff. Let's dig in here. So they're not as militant now, which is good. But one important key piece of the concepts of this training, one of the things I think that sparked me was that transformation is the idea that individuals can transform their lives through and experiences through the process of self-awareness and personal responsibility. That's it. That's what it is. So here I am, 16 years old, fascinated by this, and amongst other books. And this was the start of my conscious, well, let's say semi-conscious journey of transformation, personal growth, self-development. Here I am 41 years later, and does this journey ever end? Sometimes you want it to, but it never really does. Here to learn. I'm a bit of a slow learner, I guess. Well, it's not really that I'm a slow learner. Not really. It's that most of my life I've considered myself, thought of myself as broken. Yeah, an outcast, unwanted, invisible. Well, I found out that I wasn't all that invisible when I went out naked in the public that day, but that's a whole other story we're not going to go there.
Sorry.
Yeah, just a thought of that. That's terrible. But yeah, getting back to my healing journey. So I'm on a mission. I want to find a way of fixing this broken me. And Band-Aids, duct tape, and crazy glue weren't doing it. Now, but that made school fun. Miss, did I go to the bathroom? No, learn your stuff. No. These 3 years go by. Now I'm 19 years old, and I invest $500 in a course called Mind Power. That was really about the law of attraction. And that wasn't as common and popular back then. Sure, it was a good course, I think. Well, instead of the law of attraction, I think I applied the law of distraction. Or you could say squirrel syndrome, shiny object. Yeah, this is the start of my career as a self-help junkie. Yeah. For 35 years, I absorbed any book, any seminar, any workshop I could afford that might show promise of fixing me. That included Tony Robbins doing the fire walk and this other spiritual course. Like I got to travel. Yeah. I got to go to New Jersey and see New York from a distance, and I saw the hotel room and the seminar room. I went to Chicago to learn infinite possibilities, and I saw this big silver beam in the hotel room and the seminar room. I went to California, got a bit of sunshine, and I saw a hotel room and the seminar room. That was travel for me. I didn't get to see anything. I just went to observe, learn. Thousands, tens of thousands of dollars later. I learned a lot, had a lot of experiences, but my life changed minimally. Why? I was still missing something. Apparently, you have to apply what you learned. Like, what's that? You have to apply this stuff? I got to the point where I wasn't even getting high on these programs anymore, because that's what I do. I go for a weekend, and that's how I feel all lit up. The one I went to, I was 25 years old, and I was in a room, I swear, after I had this major epiphany, I literally felt like I could light up the room. I was feeling like, okay, my life's begun. 2 weeks later, it's like, what else are you going to do? So it didn't have lasting power because I was focused in the wrong area, in the wrong direction. Although I mentioned that one series of workshops was really helpful to me, and that was the inner child work, free the heart. It was a 25-hour intensive weekend. Man, you couldn't help but transform after that, right, Colleen? Yeah, Colleen knows. We did many of them together, 21 workshops. You can't heal with just your mind. You need that emotional piece. It's the key to releasing all that emotional baggage. Now, you have to feel it to heal it, but the mind is a key piece as well. No piece gets left unturned. You need all of those to merge, to work together in order to bring that heal, that transformation to really occur. So take it from me. If you want transformation in your life, you have to apply. I'm taking applications after the talk today. Oh no, sorry, apply what you learned. That's what I did. Simple, right? Yeah. For me, simple, yes. Easy, no. I was driven by this false sense of reality, this false identity that told me I was not good enough, not smart enough, and gosh darn it, people didn't like me. And I didn't like them either, since the family program. But I've come to discover I'm not alone. People say they want change. Yeah, they do. Bring it on. Creatures of habit we are. And we really don't like change as much as we'd like to say we do. At least I've come to discover that to some degree. It's not until things become unbearable, uncomfortable, painful, gut-wrenching, that we finally turn and actually do something that makes a difference. We have to get to that breaking point. So yeah, I got results. I got the results of the efforts that I put in. And we learn that, don't we? We reap what we sow. And back then I was sowing. So my reap was creep. Just creeped right along. Very little desirable results. What can I say? I'm a late bloomer. And I'm happy to announce, though, that my ability to create desirable results in my life have improved dramatically. Here we are, in the second spiritual center that I've had the honor and blessing and privilege to be a co-founder of. The other one I co-lost, but who co-founded this one? You know, for years and years, family programming, again, struggled financially. And I, like, today, I generate a respectable income, and I'm working on a business to help empaths who struggle with all the negativity, all the news, and all of the crazy stuff that's going on in the world. I help them to reframe so that they're living from the inside out and creating the kind of world we desire to live in, rather than the dystopian nightmare being pushed down our throats from powers that we have no control over. That's what I'm doing. And I do that with a process called mind shifting, which takes 5 to 20 minutes to resolve any problem in your mind. Just like that. And we work through process of emotions, and let's make it entertaining, because I like to have fun. Because if it's not fun, it ain't worth doing. Well, but you know what I mean. You got to have some fun in the process. I've come a long way. And you know what? I acknowledge you, because you've come a long way too. You've each been through your own journey, your own fires, your own trials and tribulations. And you know how I know that? Because you're here. You're sitting here in this room and coming to a place called the Center of Love, coming to listen to a guy like this who's going to crack jokes about butts and whatever. But you know, that's why we're here. And I commend you for being here. And if you look at what your life was like 10 years ago, just give it a moment. Where were you 10 years ago? How far have you come? A long way, I'm sure. Yes, But we're not done yet. If you play your cards right, the best is yet to come. Thank you very much.